Ant Group put the actual weights for Ling 3.0 Flash up on Hugging Face. Previously, model was only available via API, and at the time, a lot of people were annoyed about that, because Ant had shipped every previous Ling model as open weights under MIT. So there was this weird gap where they announced a 124 billion parameter model, showed benchmark charts where it beat their own trillion parameter flagship, and then gave you nothing to download. They said weights would come after the free trial period ended. That trial ended August 3rd, and the weights showed up right after. Both BF16 and FP8 MIT license, commercial use allowed. The number that makes this model interesting is not 124 billion, it's 5.1 billion. That's how many parameters actually fire for each token you generate. Everything else sits idle. In a mixture of experts model, the active parameter count is basically your serving bill, your latency, and your throughput all rolled into one number. Ant's previous flagship, Ring 2.61T, ran 63 billion active, so this thing is doing comparable work on roughly 8% of the active compute. That ratio is the entire pitch, and Ant's own blog post is pretty direct about it. They're not claiming smartest model on Earth, they're claiming more useful work per token, which is a different argument and honestly, a more honest one. Now for the architecture, because it's genuinely unusual and it's not just standard mixture of experts. Ling 3.0 uses what they call native hybrid linear attention. Every 6 layers, 5 of them use Kimi delta attention, and 1 uses MLA. The full stack is 35 KDA layers and 7 gated MLA layers. The word native matters here, because a lot of labs bolt linear attention onto a model after the fact, and it degrades quality. Ant pre-pinnated it this way from step 1. KDA itself is an upgrade over lightning attention that adds fine-grained diagonal gating to the delta rule state updates. In plain terms, different channels in the model get their own control over what to remember, what to let fade, and what to overwrite. That's what lets it hold a large repository or a long research trail in context without memory blowing up. The expert side got sparser too. Ling 2.0 activated 1 out of every 32 experts. Ling 3.0 Flash activates 1 out of 64. There are 512 routed experts plus 1 shared expert, and 8 of them fire per token. Hidden size is only 2,560, and each expert has an intermediate size of 768, so these are small, specialized experts rather than a handful of fat ones. Context was trained in stages, 8K, then 32K, then 256K. The listed window is 262,144 tokens, and Ant says it's extendable toward 1 million, though I'd treat that as a roadmap item rather than something you should build on today. Where it gets more practical is the serving side, and this part usually gets skipped in coverage. Ant shipped this with SG Lang High Cache plus Mooncake, which is a cluster-level cache hierarchy. The problem it solves is specific to agents. When an agent runs a long session, the previous context often gets evicted from local cache, or the request lands on a different node, and the server has to reprocess tens of thousands of tokens before it can say anything. High Cache turns that context into shared recoverable state across the cluster instead of something private to one instance. Ant reports time to first token dropping by 60 to over 80% on long inputs when it hits that third cache layer. That's a systems win, not a model win. But for anyone actually running agents in production, it's arguably the more useful number. On SWE Bench Pro, it scores 56.63, which beats Ring 2.61T at 53.9 and beats both GPT 5.4 Mini High at 47.88 and Claude Sonnet 4.6 at 48.29. On MCP Atlas, which tests tool calling through Model Context Protocol servers, it hits 65.45. On Terminal Bench version 2.1, it gets 57, which is well ahead of its own trillion parameter sibling at 43.1. The one I find most telling is Mini App Bench, an internal 500 task benchmark where the model has to turn a single request into a working interactive app. It passes 25.3%, against an average of 17% across 16 mainstream models. But I want to be fair about where it loses, because those charts are selected by the vendor. On SWE Bench Multilingual, Claude Sonnet 4.6 is ahead at 75.9 versus 72.44. On Tau 3 Banking, Sonnet takes it 30.5 to 28. On Wide Search, Sonnet leads 79.47 to 73.63. So the pattern is that Ling 3.0 Flash is not beating Frontier closed models across the board. It's landing close to them while running a fraction of the compute, and that's a completely different value proposition than being the best. Independent numbers exist now too, which is worth checking because Ant's launch claims included 1,000 tokens per second and sub 100 millisecond first token. Artificial analysis measured it at roughly 363 tokens per second output, with a time to first token near 2 seconds on Ant's own API. Still fast for its class, just not the headline figure. Their intelligence index puts it at 38, which sits well above the median for open-weight models around this size. Price on Ant's platform is about 7 cents per million input tokens and 22 cents per million output. Through OpenRouter, it's landed even lower, around 2 cents in and 6 cents out. For comparison, that's roughly 20 to 30 times cheaper than most Frontier-tier APIs. Running it yourself is where reality sets in. The BF16 checkpoint is around 255 gigabytes, and the FP8 version is roughly half that. Ant's recommended setup is 4 GPS in the 141 gigabyte class, or 8 of the 80 gigabyte H100s with tensor parallel set to 8. They ship a pre-built SG-Lang Docker image and a fork of VLLM, and the model was trained with multi-token prediction, so speculative decoding is basically free performance if you turn it on. For most people watching this, that's not home hardware. The realistic path is either renting GPS or waiting for the community quants, and there are already about 15 of those on Hugging Face targeting llama.cpp, Alama, LM Studio, and Jan. Ant also shipped Ling 3.0 Tiny on August 6th, and it got almost no coverage. 7.9 billion total parameters, 1.3 billion active, same 256K context, same switchable thinking and instant modes, native function calling, and prompt caching. It's free on OpenRouter and Vercel AI Gateway until August 13th. And after that, Vercel's listed rate is 6 cents in and 18 cents out per million. Artificial analysis scored it around 23 to 25, which for a model this small is respectable. The demos Ant showed were all local, running it against an Obsidian Vault for retrieval, doing web page translation, and driving mobile and browser interfaces through tool calls. Weights aren't out yet, but Ant said they're coming. If they follow the same pattern as Flash, expect a couple weeks. The trade-offs are stated by Ant themselves, which I appreciate, because they compressed active parameters so aggressively and prioritized agent and reasoning skills. Broad general knowledge took a hit. It scores 22.7 on humanity's last exam, which is fine but not remarkable. They also admit multilingual control is shaky, and that in long or high-pressure conversations, you can get Chinese and English mixing into the same response. So this is not the model you want as a general knowledge assistant. It's the model you want sitting inside a loop that calls tools, reads results, and corrects itself over many turns. There's one more piece from the launch that I think gets underrated, which is Ling Multi-Agent. It's built on a delegation idea they explored in a project called Search Swarm. And the interesting finding is that on BrowseComp, their scores improved log linearly as they added more agents. That points at a direction a lot of labs are circling right now. Instead of spending more tokens inside one long reasoning trace, you spend them across several specialized agents that cross-check each other. With a model this cheap per token, running 5 or 10 of them in parallel actually pencils out. What all of this means practically depends on what you're doing. If you're calling an API and paying per token, this is one of the cheapest capable agent models available right now, and it's worth benchmarking against whatever you're using. If you have compliance requirements or you're running at a scale where API costs hurt, the open weights change your options completely because you can now run it on your own infrastructure with no vendor in the loop. And if you're just experimenting, the free tiers on OpenRouter and Vercel are still the fastest way in. The honest summary is that Ant built something narrow and efficient rather than something broadly impressive, and then they gave it away under a license that lets you build a business on it. That combination doesn't show up often at this parameter count. Alright, so that's it from the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.